So, in our last lesson on Time of Your Life by Green Day, we worked on the verse part, and now we're going to take a look at the chorus part. We're going to look at the chorus part, and then show you how it works at the end, which is basically the same thing. So, let me bring the camera down, and let's go for it. All right. So, just a quick review. We're doing the simplified version. We have this G5 chord, or we're just going to call it G chord just for now, because you're very beginning right now. Then you don't have to worry so much about the chord names. We'll get to that, but there's our G. Then we bring this finger down, and then that's like our C type of a chord, and I believe this is C sus, and then we have a D type of chord. D5 chord, and then so what we do is play our G type of chord, 2 3 4 1 2 3, our C type of chord, 1 2 3 4 D, 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and then you play that 4 times, and by the way, there's a little part in there, plays that in the very beginning of the song. What you can do there is you could just kind of take that G chord and then play it at that time. So, boom, dun dun, dun dun dun, 3 4. Actually, you'll be going 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. You'll be doing that version, not all the extra strumming. So, if you don't remember how to do that, go back to that lesson and work on that. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at it. We have a new chord in here. All the rest are going to be the same, except for we got the new chord. It's E minor. So what we do is we put our index finger right here on the A string, but don't put it right next to the fret wire. You got to put it a little bit over. So it's A string, the 2nd fret. And the reason you got to put it over is because we got to add in this finger right here. And right there in the 2nd fret also, but on a D string. So pointer in the 2nd fret on the A string, and then our middle finger, 2nd fret on the D string. And then what you want to do is strum all the strings. Now here, ideally, is what you would like to do. I know it's going to be hard for a complete beginner. If you notice, my fingers are kind of curving. Where these ones, when we were playing these chords, they're leaning over and muting out strings below. Ideally, you don't want to do that on here. You want to curve them, so see that's muted out. Want to curl so that G string actually rings out. So you really would like to be able to pluck every single string without anything muted. Now, having said that, in the beginning, it's not the end of the world if you end up leaning over and you mute that out. It won't sound as full. Does add a lot having that in there, though. But if you can't, don't let that stop you from playing the song. You can still get away with that for the time being. This is about being able to play along with the song and have fun with this. You can work out all the little kinks and adding the strums and all that fancy stuff later on. So that is your E minor chord. And the other thing you want to be careful of too is when you do this, see how there's where my fret is, the fretboard, there's like a little bit of a space. Don't cram up your fingers up like that, right up into the fretboard, because your palm can mute up that high E, and then you got even less. You got one more muted string, and you don't want that. So you need to relax your wrist and bring your palm down, and then try and make sure there's a little bit of a space in there. And then even if you have to go over and mute that that one string out, still make sure you got this relaxed and there's a little bit of space there. You don't want to cram it up like that. It's going to be uncomfortable to begin with, but also it's going to mute out that high E, so you don't want that. So that's your E minor chord, and the rest of the chords are going to be the same. A D type of chord, or C type of chord, and a G type of chord. So what you're going to be doing here is you're going to play the E, and again it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's E minor, by the way. Make sure you say E minor on this one. I'm not worried so much about the chord names, but let's call this an E minor. Your E minor. I'm going to go to our D, play that version of our D. Then you go to your C type of chord, and then our G. So it's E minor, D, C, G. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's this part. Just repeats. So it's so again, this is playing one chord in these different parts, just so you know it gets you playing along with the song. It's a lot more fun when you're playing along with the song and you're working on timing and hitting the chords to the right spots. Then it's so much easier to add in all the extra strums. And again, you just 1, 2, 3, 4 between all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in practice, you want to do different things. Do this without the track at first. Don't try to play a lot of the track right off. You're gonna practice moving through the different chord shapes. And you also have to practice going between the chords, because you may find, and then your fingers get all messed up over here, and and then from here to here it gets all messed up. You have to practice the actual transitions. So you have to practice that, and then to that, and you have to do that a whole bunch of times. Practice transitions back and forth. And you got to analyze. All right, what do I need to do here? Okay, I got this configuration here. Now what I'm going to do is going to target with maybe my index finger here. I'm going to go over here, skip the next string, bring that down over here to my G string. I'm going to add this here onto my B string, and then strum it. And then you're going to have to try and target these and remember what you did. Okay, my index finger down there on the G, and that one on the B. Again, you're going to go over here, and your finger's going to go all over, but target. And that's what you do. You keep doing it over and over again, and don't try to go fast, because you think of it, the more times you play something wrong, the more times that you're reinforcing those mistakes, and it's going to be so hard to reverse that. So yeah, you just keep doing that, and then you'll keep quicker and quicker. You'll be able to fix those until finally you're going here. Okay, I'm starting to get it. Fingers are going where they need to be. And you do that with all of it. That to that. Practice that back and forth. Of course, this one's not going to be hard, but you'll have to practice. Remember, that's the ending, but you got to practice going from the ending to the beginning. So you have to practice this, and then moving over to here. And again, you figure out what you need to do. Got this right here. All right, so now I got to bring my pointer finger here, bring it over into the fret a little bit more, and then add that finger in there. Yep, so that's what you got to do. Practice those individual transitions also. So what it does that 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4. But you do that 2 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next part what you do, you can go from the G, the E minor to the G. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to your G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. E minor to the G. 2, 3, 4. Then E minor, and then you go to the D. And then that's when it starts the other part. So it kind of goes into that part again. So again, let's go over that. E minor to G, E minor to G, then E minor to C, and then it starts into that next part again. So again, that gives you, you're gonna have to practice that transition back and forth. So so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, and then it goes back to that part again. So and again, that's that part goes beginning, circles around to that beginning part. So that is how that goes. So you're just going to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then this part 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, there's all those parts, and then what happens at the very end is it kind of goes through that, does that 4 times, and then what it does, it skips this part, totally skips that part and goes to that last part we were just working on. So it goes straight from so it kind of goes back into that part straight after. So again, after 4 times, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're doing that 4 times, this is at the very end of the song. You're going to go straight into 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it goes back into that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and it ends off like that. So it goes through a couple times and starts to slow down at the end. So there is the chorus, and again at the very end you're skipping the very first part of the chorus and going to that little second part of the chorus that we're working on. And there you go. There's part 2 of that. And all you do is keep working on that, on its own. Practice those little transitions, and then try to get on your own without the track. See if you can get it nice and smooth. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's relatively smooth. And then stick on that track, and then start practicing the parts with it. And then count how many times it goes through everything, and then so you'll be able to hit the transitions correctly. And with a bit of hard work, with that, and some patience with all the stretches and the chord changes, you should be able to get it down to not too long of a time. And yeah, And then it's all about playing along with the song. All the fancy strumming and everything, and later on, way later on, you can work on the picking parts. But all that fancy strumming and stuff, that's going to be easy once you get this down. You know, that's the hard part, making sure you get the timing down. And then after that, again, and then you can also add in, you know, turn these chords into more full chords as you get better at it. But right now, in the beginning stages, so just play one chord at a time, get used to that, and just have some fun jamming along with the song. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, good luck with it, and yeah, we'll keep moving on. All right, have a good one.